Hey everybody, this is Minion Soldier, and yep, first look at the Vanguard in my hangar. Very excited to check this ship out. There's the big Gatling gun. I tried to merge or put one of those on the back of my Super Hornet using the size 4 mount. But for some reason, even though I could bring it into the battle, it just wouldn't accept the ammunition. I'm not sure if that's a bug or if that's intended because the gun isn't complete, but was not able to do that because I was hoping to include some footage of testing the gun, but unfortunately, that's just not happening. Now, what's immediately apparent with the ship right now is that the little mini thruster ports seem to be conspicuously missing, so I'm not sure if it's just a work in progress thing or if they have been removed. Also, I guess you can see it sort of here. Actually, you know what, we'll come back to that in a second, but here you can definitely see that some of the faceted surfaces they've been kind of blended in. It kind of has a more of a fiberglass boat hull appearance now. It's a little bit smoother. But you can, like when you look at the surface of this tail right here, like you can see the different, the different pieces, the different components, all kind of blending together to make the tail, and then you kind of come up here to the hull, and that kind of detail work is missing. So I think that's more a question of being a work in progress than anything else, because obviously it would get more detailed. And the engines, I mean, you can't really see them from here, but I mean, those are pretty much the engines off the rear of the Retaliator, just kind of turned on their side and at an angle a little bit. But overall, it looks really nice. Those I-beams have been replaced with a more blended shape, though they do look a little bit awkward where they merge into the engine there. I think there's probably like a little extra detail work that needs to go in there, but you can definitely see kind of like what I was talking about kind of having like a bit of a fiberglass boat hull appearance here. But then when you come over here, you get a little bit more detailed work, or a little bit more detail work. So the surface is a little bit more busy, whereas this, I mean, it really stands out that I guess that hasn't been finished yet. Of course, you have this is your giant escape pod, which is your like crew quarters and whatnot. That's where it kind of drops out of. Got a little RCS thruster there. That area where the wing merges in, I guess there's a little bit of finishing that needs to be done there. So that joint looks a little bit awkward. Alright, let's crawl underneath here and let's go inside and take a look at it. There's another little RCS. Yeah, see, like areas like this, you get a little extra detail and whatnot, and then it's just blank, but obviously a work in progress. It's the first iteration of the ship in the hangar, so it's going to be like that. Of course, once you get inside, then you really start to see the fine detail work that's been done on the interior. Just all the added little bits and whatnot that just, kind of bring the ship to life. And then, of course, you got your crew cabin, gun rack, beds, all that stuff. Looks great. And then right here, well, I guess these are all access panels to get at the electronics, all the different ship systems. Repair them, change them out, whatnot. Then we can hop into the cockpit. The cockpit seems pretty nice. This area right here, all the little informational displays, looks pretty good. This kind of, I don't know about this. I think this needs to this whole section here I think that just needs to go. It just kind of blocks your view. I mean, I don't really see any of this as being necessary. It's not like we can really push any of these buttons or do anything with them, and you know, I doubt you're going to be in a position where you're kind of flying, doing a mission or whatnot, and you're going to be like, oh yeah, I got to activate, you know, the tack button or the chan or the ADF or the trim. You know, you're not really going to look away and reach up for one of these things. So, and I mean, it just kind of blocks your view of space, and you kind of want to see outside of the ship. So I think it would probably be a better idea to just remove this entire section right here altogether. But apart from that, like, the rest of it looks really good. Yeah, I'm digging it. I'm definitely liking it. Maybe this monitor's a little too big as well. It just seems like the view is kind of a little bit blocked. But, I mean, that's kind of something that's in a lot of the ships, though. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, you know, I like the detail work, but at the same time, it kind of... It seems almost like detail just for the sake of detail instead of detail for like a pragmatic purpose. I don't know. It just it seems like, you know, in a situation like in a combat ship's cockpit, you'd think that less is more. You know, giving you the ability to kind of see what you're doing and giving you better situational awareness. But this just seems, I don't know, especially this just seems totally superfluous. Like, I mean, if this were, you know, like a real place, I would probably, the first thing I would do is probably I'd hop in here with a crowbar and a Dremel and I'd cut that whole section right out and just toss it. It just, I don't know, to me it just seems more in the way than useful. But who knows, you know, with Track IR or with an Oculus Rift, this might actually come in handy, but at the same time, I don't like things that get in the way of my eyes. And I mean, if you ever sit in a real fighter, especially something that has like more of a bubble cockpit or something like that, like a modern jet fighter, when you see like detailed views of cockpits like this, I mean, this is looking down. Whereas when you're looking out, you would have a HUD and you would have the information that you critically need there, and you would very rarely have to do something like this where you would actually have to look down, especially not in a combat situation. You wouldn't be playing with any of these things. You'd be, you know, eyes up and looking out, and I don't know. I don't really think that this was I don't really think that a practical that these components here are very practical. A little bit in the way, but you know what? Who knows? First iteration of the ship in hangar. We haven't even flown it yet, so I'll reserve judgment on that until later. But oh, you know what? Jeez, I wasn't even thinking. Seems like some of the use, whatever triggers that use function is a little bit off. Let's go to the outside view. Yeah, you can definitely see like how this shape has been blended in, and some of those thruster ports are missing. Also on the side, they're missing as well. Yeah, looking really good, looking really nice. Can't wait to fly it now. It's one thing, you know, you get it in your hangar and you're like, all right, great, it's in my hangar. It's like, now I want to fly it. Damn it. I want to fly it now. But yeah, no, it's definitely looking good. You know, some parts I guess still have some touch-up work to be done, some final touches to be put on the ship, but yeah, I like it. Very promising. Very promising indeed. So that is my initial impression of the Vanguard. Having it in my hangar and getting to, you know, look around it. Actually, you know what? You can see the interior of that panel that I was talking about right there. You can just see in how, like, if you were to kind of pop that thing out, how it would just kind of open the cockpit up and give you a much better view, especially when you're looking around. Hopefully they, I don't know, hopefully other people have mentioned this, and hopefully, or maybe someone at CIG will see this video and go, you know what? Yeah, that thing's got to go, because it definitely gets in the way. Anyways, yep. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed first look at my Vanguard in the hangar, and thanks for watching.